What point do you say, wow, this has been quite a ride. I've had so many opportunities. I've built a brand off this. And is it time to try something else?
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
You know, I don't know if I prefer it this way or the other way.
What?
I didn't even said hi to Melissa. You just bring her in while we're live on the air.
I like it.
Hi, Joe.
Yay, they're here.
Come in. Here you, oh my God, Cheryl made it on time. Cheryl Crowley is not an hour late. I love it.
I feel
This
like
is bizarre.
I see a jingle ball. So good to see you.
Happy
You listen to you the whole way. You're beautiful.
Hug from afar, Melissa.
Good morning.
How are you?
This is a little awkward because we're already on.
Oh, we are?
People are like,
Oh my God.
all I hear are people kissing.
Oh my God, I just walked right into it.
You walked right into
This
it.
is like monumental for me, by the way.
Why is that? What do you mean?
Because this is Joe Gorga's Bible. He's in construction. He leaves the house at 6 every morning and listens to you guys like the Bible.
Let's just talk to Joe then.
Yeah, you know
This is
what?
my family right here. I'm in heaven.
Well, we're honored to have you both here. And let me just set the record straight because I wanted to talk to you about this before we went on, but I don't have a producer that produces. I love you, Nate. I'm kidding. He's a murderer. As you know, due to the nature of Housewives New Jersey, there's a lot of team this, team that. And they're actually, so we put it out there, ask questions, this and that, and a lot of these questions are like mind-blowingly evil.
Brutal.
I would never put you in harm's way, ever.
Okay, thanks.
So therefore, we'll tear these up.
Anybody have a fireplace? Anyone got a lighter?
Okay, but let's be honest, Melissa. Let's be honest. I mean, without that negative and positive rub, then the energy is a little different, and maybe not as hype as it should be. So
We're the modern day soap opera.
What
right?
do you do?
So there's the villains, there's the angels and the devils, there's teams, right? It's political. It's like a political. It's crazy as political people, right? The teams. It's like on every franchise, not just Jersey.
Right.
So it's crazy, but I think that's what makes it exciting for the fans. They want to root for you one season, the next season they hate you, the next season they love you. It's just that's how.
Can
it
I
goes.
ask the question though? How much is it in the editing? Honestly.
Well, it depends. Sometimes I'm not rolling my eyes to you, but it is all real. It is all real, you know, but they'll show the eye roll and I was totally rolling my eyes at you, Elvis.
Wow, thanks.
Right.
Gotcha.
Not the first time that's happened. Well, no, but yeah, we've heard it can be in the editing and maybe it isn't, but I get that. But you say it's great for the fans to have this brutal, back and forth between the teams. But what's it like for you to be in the middle of that? It's got to feel like you're being bullied a lot.
Yes, that's the exact words that I would use, especially like these questions you got, right? On Twitter and all of these places, social media. It's a form of bullying. It really is. And it's a shame that it's that way. I appreciate you not applauding them and tearing it all up. But it's terrible. And that's the hard part of it. But at the end of the day, I am a wife. I'm a mom. We do show great parts of our family too. And just, my daughter's about to go to college and people love to see the family aspect of Jersey also. And I think that's really important. And people do appreciate that. So with the bad does come the good as well. Listen, I have wonderful opportunities from being on Bravo TV. I've been on reality TV for 13 years.
Wow, this is 13th season.
Wow.
13th season,
wow.
but I've been on since 2010. I've been married on this show for a very long time, but it's not easy.
Good marriage, too.
Joe, let's be honest. I mean, this is supposed to be Melissa interview.
It's
But wait, no, hold on. But
I just want to be. I enjoy you guys.
But hold on. But
He's obsessed.
I'm glad you're here because you are a part of the story. You are. And sometimes do you I'm being dragged into this crap again today. I don't want to do it today. Melissa, you go work. I'm not in.
Always.
Because you have that option. See, she doesn't.
I do. But
Right.
It's hard for him, though, because don't forget, he has a sister on this show. He had a mother on the show. He has a father on the show. He has nieces on his show. His wife's on the show. His daughter's on the show. So he gets pulled in more than any other house husband on any other franchise just because we're the family. We're the family show.
Right. You're like the hit and run. The car just accidentally hits you every once in a
yes.
while.
I'm always getting
the
hit.
poor
And everyone's
guy.
like, he's always involved. He's like one in the house. Well, I have 10 people that are related to me on the show. So,
Right.
So how can you not?
How do you get away from it though? Like if you want to unplug, how do you do that?
I just unplug.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh my
God!
I will say he's the best at that.
Yeah.
I can't
There's an
unplug
art.
like Joe.
There's an art to unplugging.
Yes, there is. He masters it. He unplugs completely. None of that bothers him. Any of those questions that you would have had there, he just doesn't want to hear it. He doesn't want to read it. He doesn't look at the negativity at all, and I applaud him for that.
Can I
he's
answer that,
better
Elvis?
than me.
Well, no, she comes home crying. How can you not address that?
Because I look at myself. I get up every day at 5 o'clock in the morning. I work. I'm the American dream. Really, no, I am. And I'm gonna say that in the right way. I go to work every day hard. I give to my family, my kids, and everything. Anything they're saying is all lies. So I just look at it like, okay, see you later. It doesn't bother me. Now, if it was true, right? Let's just say it would bother me. I'm like, oh my God, I'm a thief. Oh God, they got me. It doesn't bother me at all.
I'm like, oh, hit the thing. You said the dirty word. Hold on.
I didn't even notice he said it.
I know, because you're from the
say
Bronx.
Said a poop
He said the brown word.
Yeah,
said a
there's
poop
a
word.
TV where they just bleep you out.
I know, but we live in this crazy world. We're still regulated by the FCC. It's like, oh, dear God. But what about a conversation with a Team Teresa person who you can actually have a logical conversation with? Like Diamond, for instance. Hello,
Is that
Diamond.
possible?
Hi.
Hi, Diamond. How are
Diamond,
you?
Melissa, Diamond.
Diamond.
But she says, I'll be honest, the storyline has sent me to be Team Teresa.
Yeah, I've always been Team
But she
Teresa.
wasn't saying it in a belligerent way.
That's
But-
totally fair.
But no, you say that, Melissa, but now that you're connected with her, do you feel your blood pressure going up like a little centimeter?
No, I totally get it. You know what? It also depends on what goes on in your family. So if you're the sister-in-law, if you're the brother's wife, you tend to go with who you can relate to more. So, I don't know your situation, but a lot of times am I right a little bit on that?
No, but
She's
kind
like,
of.
no.
So I have people in my family who I know how they are as people. They could be problematic, and I'm always like, I'm leaving you over there.
Right.
So for me, I just feel like if you know how someone is, just it kind of like, I feel like sometimes you guys put yourselves in situations where it causes pain on you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. Self-inflicted
Yeah.
pain. Yes, I feel like we all kind of do that on the show, but it is more of who you can just relate to more. A lot of the times when it comes to teams, you know? And it's like, what have they done last? What did Bravo show you last that people remember? It's how it goes a lot
That's
of
where
time.
you are. Wherever they left you last episode, that's where you are in their heads.
Right.
And then Team Melissa is Allie right here. So
Hi, Allie.
you're not hated by everyone. But you're not. But that's the thing about Diamond. I need to believe Diamond is like most fans. You don't have to hate. You can just have an opinion.
I agree with that one. Much respect, Diamond. I
There you go,
totally
Diamond.
get it, and that's what makes it go around, and that's what it is.
Thank you, Diamond. And
With
thank you,
all
Allie.
of this that has gone on, and you guys obviously over the last 13 years, your lives have changed, I assume, so dramatically, in good ways and bad ways. If you had to do it all over again from the beginning, would you do the show? Or would you turn it down?
I would. I think I would do it. It brought me so many opportunities as a stay-at-home mom that has turned into a business. I now own Envy, which is a great store in Ridgewood, New Jersey. I have a huge e-commerce, envybymg.com, where I sell so many clothes. I'm 7 years in business. I'm a small business owner, which I could have never really done without this platform to make this store go 7 years as big as it is. So I'm so grateful for that. And just so many other brands and opportunities that I would never get to do. Look, I'm with Elvis today. Would I do this if I
Good
wasn't
God.
on Good God.
What's bigger than this?
No, but I appreciate, it only took me 13 years.
I don't know.
I mean,
Being right down the street.
I've been on The View, Kelly and Ryan, everything. But
You have.
Elvis took 13 years.
Well, sorry.
He moves
Slow.
slowly.
He's
But
slow.
I don't know. It slipped through the cracks somehow.
This is big
didn't.
time over here, you
Well,
know?
no. Look, first of all, if you're just turning us on, Melissa Gorga, of course, Real Housewives of New Jersey on Bravo, 13th season. And so, of course, Joe's here as well. Cheryl Crowley, who we know.
From her
Yes,
birthday.
Cheryl.
Happy birthday, Cheryl.
You know,
Birthday.
we had a big conversation about Cheryl on our show yesterday. Maybe you can help out because you know her.
Yes.
She's an hour late for almost everything.
She's not today because she knows when she's with Melissa, she's on time. You see that?
Uh-oh.
It depends who she's working with that day.
Uh-oh. Okay, just asking. But we love her. We love her. We totally dig her. Hey, so not to jump forward into a place, it's too premature to go there, but I'm going to go there anyway. What will be the signs it's time to hang it up and not do the show anymore?
I never really asked myself that question much until lately.
Right.
Just because it's like, how long can you keep going? At what point do you say, wow, this has been quite a ride. I've had so many opportunities. I've built a brand off this. And is it time to try something else? I haven't thought about it much ever before It's recently.
Right.
I don't think I'm ready just yet. I feel like I have a couple more in me, unless, Bravo has other plans. But I don't know. I do always think about what's next, though. I'm always thinking about what's next. I have a podcast, a very successful podcast on display. I do other things. I would love to host. So we'll see.
Okay. So
What would you
so
say
you're
to your
nowhere near
kids?
there then.
Like, what if your kids came to you, okay, Mom, going to college, whatever. I decided I want to do a reality show instead, or I want to go in this direction and do television. What would you tell them? Yes, or would you say run the other way?
Yeah, I don't think any of mine are going to say that, honestly, because they all grew up on reality TV, and I think they're just like, get it out of here. Where, they've remained very humble through it all too, and I just don't think they're big spotlight kids. They're not like in the fame looking for the attention. They don't walk around the mall with wanting people to look at them. They're very low key, and I'm grateful for that. So I don't think any of them are going to say that. But I would never, break down their dreams if they want to be a reality star.
You know what? I'm going to dig these questions out of the trash.
He's like, I made you feel safe.
Okay,
He's going out of the garbage. He's going out of the garbage.
I do that often. But then I will edit, and I will read each one first.
Okay.
Before I read these. You changed the chandeliers in your house after a fan backlash. Were you expecting such a viral moment from chandeliers?
No, can I tell you, my house gets more attention. Both of my houses. My old one, too, was like the #1 Zillowed house in America.
You know why?
Why?
Because you guys are Italian. You got crazy houses.
I know.
I mean, the entryway is like 15 stories tall, and there's a fountain with shooting water out of its penis
that's
in the
not my
front
house.
yard.
I don't have the cheesy fountains at
You
my
don't
house.
have-
That's the other team, honey. No.
Wait, you don't have Mary on the half shell out front?
That's over there. She likes Diamond's house. She likes the fountains.
Damn it, Diamond.
Okay, chandeliers.
Okay, so obviously we're in construction. We build homes for a living. We flip homes. That's what we do. Joe owns buildings all over New Jersey.
And I've seen the homes, and I'm kidding.
I know.
But go
Thank
ahead.
you. I'm very indecisive. So I do this all the time. I did it with my last house too.
Is she? Oh my God.
No, I change out. I'm
Please,
big on this. I'm huge with furniture. I'll switch out bar stools. Like it's nothing. Like it's
Right.
nothing to me.
But
I'll just
chandeliers, that's more of a tedious little switch
I mean,
out.
I do work with a lighting company. We tried one. I wasn't crazy about it. The fans were like 50-50, mostly didn't like it. I tried something else. Everyone loved it. I like to switch it up a little
Okay,
bit.
wait.
It was all.
But wait, the
first of all,
fans
I
are
moved
voting on
into
your
the-
chandeliers? What?
Oh, yes. I posted them and I asked them if they liked it, and they told me they did not. Most of them didn't like these. Like, I tried something different. They were like black hanging chandeliers, 3 in a row.
See, I love black chandeliers.
Yeah.
They were. I'm going to show you pictures.
That's my new
before we're
drag
done.
name.
I'm going to show you both.
Welcome to the stage, black chandeliers. Anyway, go ahead.
They had like beautiful hanging chains. I don't know. Nobody liked them. I switched them to very like bougie, diamondy.
Well,
you know.
see, you were right the first
Now,
time.
is it totally up to you how you decorate the house? Because I know in my house, my husband has to have a say as well. Joe, do you have a say or no?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
No, he absolutely does not. I don't know why you would even try to answer that
the trick
question.
is to make him.
You don't even know where we got our couches from. You have no clue.
Let me move back.
Oh no! Wait. The couches?
Danielle!
No. You're talking about if it's furniture, no. But if I design it, I put all these great things in the ceiling and the walls, and she's like, "Oh, that's great. That's
Yes,
nice."
he's
And
good
she'll
that
pick
way.
the couch
When it
and-
comes to furniture, he doesn't know anything. Zero.
My husband's the same way.
Yes, like that's all me.
She'll come
That's
in and
all
she'll say, "Paint the room this color." I paint the room. Oh my God! I can change it. I'm changing 6 times, please.
I am big on changing it because it's very convenient for me to change it. A lot of people don't have, Joe Gorga as a husband, that we just have people that can come in and swap things out and try different things.
Right.
We do,
Okay.
so I do have that little bit of a luxury to do.
So, okay, are you familiar with the other housewife shows? Do you watch Beverly Hills? Do you watch any of them?
Yes.
Which
yes.
ones?
Beverly Hills.
Right.
Mostly I watch Beverly Hills. I mean, all of them. Potomac, Atlanta.
But you genuinely watch them.
No.
No.
So like I'll catch the reruns because I'm always filming or not filming or
That's
whatever.
fair. So my question is this. A housewife in New Jersey versus a housewife in Beverly Hills, Orange County. Like, what sets, and even New York, what sets our New Jersey housewives apart from all the other housewife show members?
Oh, that's such an easy answer. There's a couple things. Number one, it's family, right? So
yeah.
we're the family based. We're also not just random people that somebody met at lunch and then they brought their friend in. It's like we have real ties and real connections, real history. I mean, don't forget, this show started with a bunch of sister-in-laws, with the Manzos, and that was sister-in-laws, and then they just kept bringing more family in. So I think just family stands it apart from the rest. It's so real. It's so raw.
So the casting is totally unique than from the other shows.
I mean, it always was. It's actually the hardest show to cast. We just recently brought in 2 or 3 new girls, actually, that I think are great, and they have nothing to do with family aspect. So I think it might be changing a little bit. We're going to try to switch it up a little bit.
All right. Hold on. Scary, you had a question?
Yeah. I mean, you guys are the quintessential couple for me because you're always laughing. You're ragging on each other. I've seen you guys outside of these walls. How do you guys keep it fresh and exciting after all these years and through the trials and tribulations of the show?
Ask the guy who's not married.
Right.
Ask the guy who's not
guys
married.
are so in love.
Joe, let's just have a reminder. This is a G-rated show.
No,
Thank you
and
so much.
No.
Okay, this is a morning show,
PG,
Dollface.
I know. And we keep dating. I keep dating her. She's my everything. When I met her, I put her on a pedestal. I fell in love with her instantly, and I continue to live that way. And we both live that way. And when we go to bed at night, we hug till we go to sleep, which is great. I mean, and I always say that 'cause that means a lot. And a lot of couples don't sleep together.
We definitely do date, I would say. We still go on our date nights. We definitely try to keep the spice alive. I would say that's 100% true. If you keep dating,
work.
we flirt too. Like if you flirt
With other people.
No. Well, is that illegal? Are we allowed to?
Absolutely. I know Alex and I, we flirt with other
Joe,
guys
I'm
all
sure
the
I
time.
tried doing the flirting thing with the other people. She won't let me.
Well,
She shuts it down.
You're supposed to do it. You're supposed to do it when she's not around.
Let's start that. Let's see how that goes. Let's just a flirt only, no touching.
See, Joe's okay with him flirting, but
Right.
he's not
That's
going to let you
No.
flirt.
He's like, wait a minute, do you have someone in mind?
No. I just think it is healthy to flirt and feel
If a
alive.
pretty girl walks by, I'm like, oh, she's pretty. Melissa's like, she's what? I'm like, oh, ugly.
Pretty ugly.
No, I'm not jealous like that. Not that way.
Yeah, okay.
When it comes to the casting, I know that New Jersey is cast very differently than the rest of them. Do you guys have kind of like turf wars with the other casts? Like, oh, we don't like New York or we don't like Beverly Hills.
No, when they mix us all together, which is what they do with the Ultimate Girls trips, they kind of take a couple girls from each city and put us together. It's a masterpiece. It's awesome because you get a little bit from each side. You get a little bit from every, like the East meets West, and it works awesome for us. So, no, I think that we all get along better with the people from the other franchises because there's no competition there. There's no rivalry.
So, if there was no camera, there was no show, but you're still all a family, all know each other, would the level of intensity be as high? Would you think back over the list of skirmishes you've had with the people you love? And the problem with having skirmishes with the people you love, actually not the good thing is, you're still stuck with them. They're still yours. You may not speak to them for a year or two, but they're still your family. But if there was no camera, if there was no any of that, would the intensity level be at the same point? Would you have a better relationship with your family? More relaxed, more just easygoing? The answer, of course, is yes, isn't it?
I sometimes think that we wouldn't be put together as much and we wouldn't make as much time for each other, if I'm being very honest about it. I feel like the show almost forces us to see each other, to go on vacations together, to be in a room together. Sometimes therapy, they bring in therapists to talk it out. I don't know.
They do? I mean, Offset.
Oh, yeah. No, not Offset. We do all have, there is a therapist available for all Bravo Lebs in case you need one. That's just a thing.
Wow.
Yes, because on reality TV, it's a thing. You need to always have someone to talk to if needed. But I think for our specific family that it does bring us together a lot of the time when we probably would avoid each other and not see each other as much.
But also, to be fair, Melissa, it's bringing you together and you don't talk to each other. So it's like,
well, this season has been a rough one.
Well,
Have you been watching?
well, I know that last season was, the fight in the backyard, and there's all sorts of stuff going on. But you and Teresa are or are not speaking right now.
Are not.
Yes. And I must assume you don't want that. Do you really want to have?
Nobody wants that. No,
I know,
we
but
have
does
kids
she want that?
I don't know. Right now she's saying she does want that and that she's done. And that's always sad for me because there's always hope. I know we're going through a lot. I know I'm very upset about certain things. She's very upset about certain things. But at the end of the day, you can never give up hope, right? When it comes to family. I don't care if it's 10 years down the road. I'm not saying it's tomorrow, but maybe in 5-10 years, who knows?
And that's why I love her.
Is she listening to this right now? Is Teresa listening to this going, she's full of crap?
And that's why she's a great, that's
Who
why I
knows?
married her.
May I make my Elvis Duran prediction?
Not really.
Here's my prediction. Years and years from now, you'll have grandkids. Ooh. You and Teresa will be sitting on the front porch smoking a big fatty, drinking margarita like two old drunk broads, laughing about all those weird days you had doing that stupid ass show, which I'd say stupid ass, and you're allowed to call it that 50 years from now.
That's fair.
And that's going to be like a great way to like your sunset in life. You and Teresa, couple old women on the front porch, petting your cats, petting your cats because your husband's inside doesn't want anything to do with you.
With some meatballs and a glass of red wine.
Meatballs.
Some spaghetti,
exactly.
rigatoni.
That's my prediction, and I think that's actually a wonderful thing to kind of work toward.
I like your positivity.
Okay.
I like that. I hope we're smoking a fatty on a rocking chair with some spaghetti and meatballs.
A bunch of fat Italian grandmas with sauce spattered all over their.
That's why I love you, Elvis. I love it.
I want great things for all of you guys, and so when I get, even if I don't know you, if I see you going through confrontation, anyone, I get all bent out of shape because I don't want anyone to.
It's stressful.
I don't want anyone to lose a minute because you've had cancer in your family, you've had all sorts of. You lose friends and their minutes are gone. We're putting on this planet, Melissa, for just this amount of time. And so if that amount of time is spent in a negative space, I wish better things for all of you. But then again, there would be no show, so I don't know.
I get it. I'm hearing everything you say, and it makes a lot of sense because life is short. I always say that. And hopefully, sometimes it's an eye-opener. Sometimes when you watch the episodes back, you even open your eyes and you're like, I could have handled that differently. I could have said something different. I see how I triggered that. I do take accountability for things that especially when I watch it back, then I said, you know what, I could have said that differently. I see how that came off that way.
I don't know how you guys do it. I mean, we get into little spats all the time about stupid things. We don't have to watch it back. We can just create in our head the way that it went and then move on.
Yeah. Right.
And say in our head, oh, I would have said this, shower warrior, and it's totally different. We win in the shower. But you guys have to sit there and watch all of these things in reality, what actually went on. And I'm sure that's why the psychologists come in and the therapists come in all the time.
Right. Because sometimes you get in your head, you overthink it. I used to years ago. Now I'm I'm very much more confident. It might be an age thing as well of just like what I said, what I did, meaning what I said and did. And I feel like, you have to have really thick skin to be on a reality show, especially this one particularly. So, I don't know. You just keep rolling with the punches, keep it positive, and just keep hoping for the best as you move forward. There's a lot of positive, by the way, that comes out of these shows also. There really is. There's a lot of great moments. I have some great moments with my children that are documented forever, that when they put on like an old video of Antonia from when she's 4 years old, it's the cutest thing I've ever seen. And I melt inside. So we have those things too.
Okay, keep those going.
I'm going to keep those
Make
going.
it a nice mix of the evil and the great. Melissa Gorga and, of course, Joe. Seriously, thank you so much for coming in.
Of course.
Congratulations on surviving 13 seasons.
Seriously.
And remember, I can't wait. I'll be in heaven by the time you and Teresa are on the front porch.
You will be?
I will be.
No.
That's
no.
funny you think you're going to heaven.
I'll be looking up from hell while you two are on the porch. Thank you so much. Is there any events coming up we need to talk about? Cheryl, did we cover all the bases?
Yeah, tonight. We're on tonight. The Real Housewives of New Jersey is on Bravo TV tonight.
Oh, that's why you're here today.
Yeah, 9 p.m. tonight. Yes.
Oh, I know, but they said maybe another day, but it has to be the day the show's out. All right.
Yeah.
9 p.m. tonight, of course, on Bravo. What are you yelling about? You're not on the microphone. What?
The podcast, the clothing.
Yeah.
Melissa's Clothing Boutique, Envy, in Ridgewood, New Jersey. People asking if it's ever going to be in Manhattan.
Yes, hopefully.
You can shop online at envybymg.com. Of course, the podcast on display. New episodes every Thursday, wherever you get your podcast, hopefully on iHeart with your totally free iHeart app.
Yes.
iHeart app. I love turning your interview into all about us.
Nailed it.
Melissa Gorga, Joe Gorga, thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you.
Have a beautiful day.
I love you guys.
Enjoy our beautiful weather.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.